chilled out for now. Just like everyone else. It's quite cold.
Pretty much.
But we will be starting here on Inferno. Cheifs versus Tainted Minds. The first map. If Cheifs win this series, they will be the first team to win back-to-back CGPL lands. And that'll be a massive achievement for them. But first, we've got to beat out Tainted Minds. It will be starting on the CT side. Tainted Minds on the T. And it's going to be a fast B push.
Indeed it is, and it's going to be a brute force attack by Tainted Minds to try and get up here. A lot of damage being done straight away. Inz and Malta being dinked down. APOC finding Inz, finishing him off for infrequent. Malta actually finding Kyoto. Doing some damage through the coffin there. APOC finding Malta in return. 3v4 the situation for the start of this grand final. Alistair contesting these players from Banana. Tux and Pex doing absolute work with those USPs. Offnu in response. Evening up the scorelines now. Player count rather. Pex and Tux, arguably some of the most powerful fraggers in the country at the moment. Doing work.
Tux is a kid, and he's a low health player, but infrequent pulls out the Glock and domes both from New Box. Makes it the pistol round for Tainted Minds. That's a great start on their own map pick. That's what they needed. Cheifs here will be forcing, no doubt. Tainted Minds, they're going to pull out 5 SMGs. APOC being the odd one out with the MP7 instead of the UMP. Everyone else on the Cheifs with the pistols. And full utility for every single player on Tainted Minds as well.
You do love yourself that MP7, don't you?
I mention it because it's different. Why do you do this to me?
Starting off here, we have the CT players playing a little bit more passive. We've got that 3-stack towards Diggity. Going back towards site on the A side. There's a bit of a crossfire setup with Inz and Malta. The linchpins of this B hold. T's, however, a bit more spread out, just trying to find some picks, maybe trying to find an opening, see where the stacks are, to go for the information play more than anything in the early part of this round. But with almost a minute 15 left, I probably want to start thinking we're going to start going. Plenty of time though. No one spotted out as of yet, just off done a little bit of damage, and possibly coming from a grenade previously. Alistair doing some great damage on infrequent though, down to 23 HP. It's not going to be favourable going up against these pistols. Here
comes the grenades from the T side though, flooding into the A-bomb site. That flash completely blinds Chuch, but he's going to go through it anyway. Big step. The apartments from the Cheifs, and there's one frag for Tux. Gets traded, but there's a second player up there that they might not be suspecting. Still alive is Pex somehow. He will get away with his life after getting a kill. But Alistair in the site could take us down. This is going very quickly against Tainted Minds. It's all on APOC with the MP7. Has 3 players to find. 35 seconds to do it. And not a whole lot to work with. He has armor. He's going to get this grenade in towards Pit, which should tag Pex a little bit.
Won't even touch it.
Nope. I love grenades. And Alistair is up on high on the box, playing over it. APOC has no idea. He just got dinged down to 27 HP, and now they know exactly where he's playing from. Very difficult situation. Nigh on unwinnable with just 17 seconds left. He has to get this bomb down. He has to find some kills, and he's going to be shut out of it. Running away to save. What a round out of Cheifs, playing the close range angles, getting around the smokes. The double stacking apartments was not something that Tainted Minds were expecting. And a very good round to get it to the 1-1.
Absolutely. We're seeing the real power of those CZ75s. So we've been questioning them slightly, but basically 1 kill capability, and possibly 2 kill if you can get the quick dink out. But at that close range, especially coming down from when the player was playing on balcony, looking
Pex
down.
on balcony.
Yeah. The 1 kill potential of those guns is huge.
Yeah, Tux got the first kill from balcony looking down, and Pex was playing a little bit further back inside. To clarify, the saved MP7 on APOC is the only weapon of any note on the T side, really. It's 3 Glocks, actually, and a CZ on Chuch. We've already talked about how he likes using this thing on T side. He's actually got Maltas. APOC picked that up for him in the dying seconds of the last round. We'll throw that over. Chuch is very deadly with his CZ on T side, so it's a good choice for him. But it's all, with the exception of Malta, all UMPs on the CT side, and there's a good double grenade down Banana. Gets a kill on Chuch. That's that one weapon gone. Often will be swapping out for the CZ though.
Definitely will be.
And APOC needs to find frags here on the A side.
Absolutely does. Needs to be hitting those shots. He's going to get tucked down to 72 HP, but not a whole lot of work done. Alistair cleaning up infrequent, almost finding APOC there. The only gun player remaining on the T side. They're going to have to commit to this A site most likely. There's still a little bit of time to play with, but not all that much. They're going to have to try and find a pick and work something with it. Ends whiffing a whole lot of UMP shots on Kyoto. Just playing that corner. It will force these T's back, and they're going to commit to this B site now. Only 40 seconds left. Malta going to be the one to contest this now. With that 5-7. Deadly weapon at range. And even more so up close. Anthony watching this cross. Can he do any damage? He will find Offnu. Kyoto going to be doing that in return. Malta with that 5-7 doing work. Now it's just APOC left, 28 HP. 1v4 is the situation, and Alistair will clean him up from behind. So good hold by Cheifs. Not too much damage done. If we do look at the Tainted Minds economy, however, I'm probably about to get
in the bin.
Some sort of get some pistols on you, do some close range damage, but that's about it.
Not even going to fully invest. Infrequent and APOC holding onto their Glocks, holding onto their money. Infrequent wants to grab himself that AWP, and APOC wants to have some utility most likely, and that could have been a collateral. It actually was. Infrequent's tagged down to 13 HP. This grenade will be huge from Malta. There's another frag easily enough. Fantastic damage done, really, without Cheifs losing a single player. Finds one more kill. Malta will eventually get overrun, but still, everyone's so low, and there's one kill for Tux, and the second one stolen for him by the Malta of Ins. Very clean anti-eco from the Cheifs.
Yeah, convincing start, isn't it? 3-1. Now this is going to be the crunch time, though. We do have this, finally, the first actual proper buy round coming out for Tainted Minds. Infrequent picking up that deadly orb. He so does love, and we've seen him use a devastating effect. But Alistair as well. Absolute king with this orb as well. So a little bit more of an even matchup going into this round, round 5. Grand final here in Adelaide. Alistair holding a very aggressive angle inside the apartments. Just know there is one player probably in that second mid area just scoping things out, playing for information. Cheifs actually playing very default at the moment. Just, I mean, obviously you've got Tux and Alistair in apartments, but that sort of 3 and 2 setup is very common at the moment. So
here comes the execute though. Straight over towards the B site. Alistair Malta's going to flash himself. Well, he gets blinded, flashes for himself. They're all wrapping around, and that is excellent spare. Malta finds both with the help of Ins, assists on both of them, and Malta a third. Tux gets one more, and it's all on Infrequent. He'll get a quick headshot onto Malta at least, but he's got 50 seconds. A lot of smokes around him. No idea where the rest of the CTs are playing, apart from there's one on site. He will get a quick shot onto Ins, making this a bit more doable. With 40 seconds, he knows where bomb is, and I think he can just about retrieve it. It's covered by a smoke, so he can grab that. Alistair was holding the angle, but Infrequent. Good awareness to not go out far enough from that. So now they'll give him time to plant the bomb, Cheifs, and play it together. If Infrequent can pick this up, it would be a huge pickup for Tainted Minds, but he's going to put the bomb down back to the site. There's a flashbang in to completely blind him. They heard that orb shot, and Tux has caught him out. An excellent retake from the Cheifs. Good use of utility, and they will be able to jump on that bomb nice and quickly.
Very well played by the Cheifs there. That flash from Alistair, absolutely perfect, allowing Tux to then wide swing onto the near barbecue and claim that kill. So well done by the Cheifs. Tainted Minds coming so close there. Infrequent, a valiant effort with that AWP. Just unfortunately, he didn't have the utility to really keep those players away. If he had a smoke, maybe to smoke off Banana or even CT, he could reposition a little bit with a bit more surety. It's not going to happen today. Cheifs in the lead, 4-1. Now with an AK on their side.
And they've got a good start to this map as well, bearing in mind that this map is not their own pick. This is Tainted, so if they can take this away, they'll go into Train feeling very confident. And Train is a map that they've been very strong on this land. It's one they've been quite fond of playing. So let's see if they can take it out. For now, though, Chuch close to the wall. Malta spamming away. Gets his reload in without being pushed. There's still smokes covering him. T2 have 3 towards A, though. The bomb is still on T-ramp. It's not committed anyway, but here's Malta looking for the hold. Only the 1 kill off New on the trade. It's a 1-for-1. And the remainder of the T side, the bulk of the T side is over towards A. Haven't really moved towards anywhere yet. So just playing around in second mid and the apps. But no Cheifs players holding these apps aggressively. It's all a default setup, and now the Cheifs have to send Alistair over to the B side. They have to get this rotate going. You have to play 2-2 in a situation like this, which means it's favorable fights of 4 or 3 on 2, wherever the Cheifs, or wherever the Tainted Minds decide to go. Looks like the A side will be the site of choice. There's 4 players and the bomb here. Surely in just a few moments, the Cheifs are going to have a lot of work to do, but Alistair is already on the rotate. Indeed they are.
You just see them sort of starting to creep around towards Arch. APOC. Very direct contest and a collateral there! Alistair doing deadly work with that, taking out Ofnu and APOC. 2 big fraggers and riflers for this team. Infrequent and Kyoto left, and it all might be for naught, but Kyoto still with a glimmer of hope in his eye. Ins and Alistair left. Then a 1v2 situation here.
10 seconds.
He needs to get this bomb down right now.
He's just going to plan it where he picks it up. There's not much time to do anything else. He's got to win this one off aim. Does at least have the smoke that he's thrown to cover him off from Arch. But Ins and Alistair taking this one together. Going to flank around through short. They're actually going boiler to apps. They have a Molotov and a flash on Alistair, a kit on Ins. So they've got that bit of time to work with. With that kit, it means they can walk all this way. Kyoto, though, not quite ready for where they're coming. And that angle means that he can't see them behind that box until they're out. Now he knows where one is. Molotov is out. He's looking for these shots, spraying away. He's actually completed time right now. The bomb is planted about as close to him as it's going to get. Gets the one kill into Alistair. Ins taps the bomb. Kyoto's looking for the peek. He's just trying to bait him out. Ins goes out wide and gets the kill. Will be up. No, he can't jump on the bomb. I thought he might have had it, but he has to run away. Hold on to the M4. Goes down to 9 HP. We'll be able to go grab the AWP at least. But it's a round for Tainted Minds, and very well played by Kyoto.
Incredibly well played by him. Obviously, the bomb plant position was probably not favourable at first, but as soon as Cheifs kind of swung all that way around, it all looked a little bit better for him. So, Tainted Minds taking their second now in this grand final. Cheifs on 4. And the economy is a bit all over the place for both teams here. Pex is forced onto the UMP. There's Infrequent and Chutch on the UMP as well. Offnu on a Tech 9, so probably still favouring the Cheifs a little bit in this economy setup. But a great bunch of nades from Ultra and Ins. They've been absolutely perfect on that B site there, taking out Chutch. Alistair on the other side, taking out APOC. We are going to see probably a very fast B hit now from the Tainted Minds players. Only Ins and Malta to hold it off, but looks like Tainted Minds are actually going to hold their ground a little bit. Consider their options. A minute 15 left pretty much on the clock now.
Ins is boosted up. Ins in a bit of an interesting angle up there. That's an angle I have to check manually because you can clear that with a HE, bounce it off the angled side of the church next to it, get a bounce up and try and do some damage to that player boosting, but without a HE available, so far as I know, there's no way you can Molotov it. Flash is only going to be partially effective. Smokes they can see over, but In's actually fallen off the boost, so all of my conjecture about that position is for naught. And all three players are going to come back over as Ins goes back up on high. Here's the execute. The last of the utility used for the Tainted Mind guys. It's a smoke and a Molotov left on Infrequent for the post plant, but they're getting the bomb down and Molotov spamming the wrong way. Almost actually gets spammed onto his teammates, but Tainted Minds right now are just living in the smokes. Kyoto's up on high, finds himself a shot, gets traded. Makes it a 1, but on 2 versus 4. 2 versus 3 is Offnu finds a frag, but it's all on him. Infrequent's fallen in the meantime and just 14 HP. Going to try and play aggressively through this smoke, but I don't think it's going to work too well for him. And there's the grenade from Pex coming through, taking out Offnu. It's a 5th round for the Cheifs. It's a reset for Tainted Minds. And this CT side for the Cheifs is looking very good.
Indeed it is. You're going to love the communication coming out from the Cheifs boys. You can see they're getting pumped up in this game, and we're seeing our lovely graphics coming up.
So nice, color coordinated and lovely. This team, this equipment value. Looks good.
Thank you very much, production. You guys do fantastic work once again.
Equipment value $24,000. That is a hell of a lot of utility on the Cheifs.
Indeed it is. One thing I'm really liking about the Cheifs play right now is, as we saw in that 1v2 situation, they're just clearing out everything and communicating exactly where this player could be. Ins and Alistair taking out Offnu and Chutch. Just these eco players, so not too really much to comment on as far as these kills go. It's pretty much how it's going to be going as expected. Oh, Alistair getting dinked down to 45 HP.
Recovers though, hits the shot. He's got a player very, very close to him though. That is the trade, but it's Infrequent. He gets dropped, and there's Pex and Tux to clean it up. The Dynamic Duo who've been fragging very hard for Cheifs recently, but I can't really say have been fragging hard for Cheifs recently because the beauty of the Cheifs roster is that they all frag hard. They don't really have one superstar player. They certainly have players who step up and have players who can take control of a round, but it's not like they rely on, say, if Pex doesn't get 2 kills every round, they lose. If Tux doesn't get 2 kills every round, they lose. You know, it's not that sort of thing. It's all 5 players can and will step up, and say one of the players is feeling off, someone else will frag out. Bless you, Alistair, and again.
Bless you, bless you.
If, you know, say Tux is having an off game and he's not fragging, then maybe Pex will step up and get a couple kills, or someone else. It's their whole roster can frag, and it's something that's so dangerous and makes them very, very complete is the word I'm going to use as a team.
100%. And it's something that you see they are all, they've definitely got their roles set out on their team, and but they're so good at adapting. That they can all play any sort of position they really want to. Obviously, we sort of see the same players getting used to playing the same sort of bomb sites on this CT half. You know, so Ins and Malta down on B. I guess they've just probably been playing long enough together to sort of instinctually play that B site. But yeah, they're all just such capable players individually, and as a unit they work so well, and that just enhances that. So no, they're playing very well. Tainted Minds at the moment though, on the other side here, maybe not anything super wrong. but just not able to get those trade frags early on and capitalise on some of the early aggressiveness that we see from the CT half.
And that's the problem as well for Tainted. They're definitely a good team, and they've looked a lot better now that they've finally, solidified their lineup. They were using Ferg, their coach for a while, who still stood behind them. If you look at those player cameras when you cut back to them, Ferg sitting there or standing there behind them, offering his insight as a player who's been around since 1.6. He's been around forever, so he's there offering his insight, helping them out. But they used him to frag for a few matches because they just didn't have a fifth after some turbulence in their roster. Now they've got Kyoto. Now they've finally got everything solidified, and they're looking better. It's still obviously like transition period, I guess. I mean, they're still definitely one of the best teams in the nation.
Absolutely.
Against Cheifs, a roster that's been around for longer. I'm not sure how they'll stack up, but the advantage of a best of 5 is you get 2 map picks. Both teams get 2 map picks. So there's a lot of chances to come through and be like, all right, that map didn't go so well. Sweet. We can still take control of this. We know how to play XYZ map. The risk is, though, for Tainted Minds. I feel like if they let Inferno go, Cheifs aren't going to give them an inch on train.
No, and I think that's something that we saw yesterday, especially, is the fragging power of their entry fraggers on the Chiefs side. You know, we've got Tux, who's making tremendous room on especially that B bomb side.
Yeah, train was a 16-2 for those who missed it between these two teams yesterday. It was a 13-2 half from the Chiefs on their T side, and then they won CT Pistol and closed it out. It was incredibly strong.
The Chiefs, I think Chiefs, as far as train is concerned, they've just worked out to a very fine art, especially the way that they use their utility. We spoke yesterday actually about the way that they're using those short-range flashes and the long-range flashes to basically cover an entire range of, I guess, a massive surface area. You know, so no players are not caught by those grenades. So they're playing incredibly well. Tainted Minds, they just need to maybe just adjust to some of the way that Chiefs are playing right now.
They do, but looks like we have got things back underway here. We have had Match Medic being used, so that was the pause of that. Sorry about that, guys. But we're back in here now. All the money is fixed. Everything is back, and the score is the way it should be. Chiefs, still 3 players on this A side. 1 pushed aggressive in B and 1 rotating. They've called out that this is going to be an A hit very early on. So far, they're right, but there's still a lot of time left to play with in Malta. It's very, very gutsy. Playing close to the banana smoke with an MP7, especially on a full buy round, but I mean, pretty sure I picked that thing up from one of the other players, so why not keep it?
Give it a shot.
Give it a red hot go.
Well, I mean, if he franks one player, you know, in that close angle, he's probably able to grab the AK full back. He doesn't have a teammate to flash him out or anything like that, though, so I'm seeing In's actually play the A-bomb site instead now, which is interesting, and the direct rotate would most likely have to be Alistair. He's the closest to that arch, so if anything gets called immediately for B, Alistair will have to fall back towards CT and watch the cross. Seeing smokes go out to A, though.
It's going to be smokes on to A for the T side. X in a bit of an interesting position playing over them, but they're going B. All of these smokes, it's just a fake. Now Multi, in the background, he's called it out. He knows that they're coming hard. Alistair's been fragged up by Ovnu. In the meantime, Ovnu trying to draw away as much heat as he can on A. They've got to commit to killing him before they can do anything on the B-bomb side, but it's still a favourable situation for the Chiefs. Malta's grabbed himself 2 there. Somehow, 2 frags with an MP7 against the full buy, left on low HP, and the double peak is coming into construction to try and deal with him. But it's a 4 versus 2. Frequent and Kyoto. Kyoto's going to get dinked out as well. Does find the frag, this headshot as well, through the flash. They're making this one possible. It's now all on Pex. Very sharp shooting from the T side, and Pex will find himself 1 and 2! Gets the 1 versus 2 on the board. 3 frags for him, and he will be able to jump on that bomb with the kit. Get the defuse through, but a massive play from Pex, and a valiant effort from the T side, from a 2-on-4 into a 1-on-2. Stop it with your boys, Chiefs.
Stop
Not a
it.
fan. I think it's Malta. I'm going to talk to him later.
Instantly disqualified.
Disqualified.
Just, I think we need to take away that 1 map advantage away from Chiefs now. That's
sorry, it actually goes
disgusting.
to Tainted. It's 0-1
We're
now.
reversing that around.
Either way, Eco for the T side. Chuch on that good old CZ. 2 M4s stacked up a banana. Chuch's actually got a little bit of damage here. If Malta manages to be less effective with a rifle than he was with an MP7, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ins. He's getting mollied out. He's still committing to this corner. He manages to fall back. That's the thing with you, Inferno. Sandbags is a bit deeper, and you can get away from that now. So there's the frag. Minds have to slow down a little, and Malta through the smoke finds infrequent. Smokes aren't walls. 3 versus 5 now for Tainted Minds to try and recover.
Absolutely just APOC, Kyoto and Offnu left. Oh, a bit of a range of pistols there. The P250, a Deagle and a Tech 9. Great flash coming out by these T players, but it's going to be a mow down, and Malta and Inns going to be cleaning up, taking out the trash there. Zapot, Kyoto, and Ofnu. Nice little spray down by those CT players. Tainted Minds, however, now they're able to get pretty much a full buy now. Just a little bit of utility lacking there, but this guy's looking a lot better going into this round.
Got themselves a full buy. They've got Infrequent on the AWP, and Infrequent is someone they need to step up. He's a very hard fragger when he's on point. We haven't seen so much of it this LAN, but definitely previously in online results especially, he's been shooting very, very well with that big sniper rifle. If he can step up, if he can find them a few opening frags, this game can turn around entirely, because a lot of the success that Tainted have had is just Infrequent finding a kill and opening a round. Speaking of finding kills though, Malta just escapes without being killed. He's tagged down just below 50 HP. He'll still be alive though, and still dangerous on this B side. Inns and Malta, the dynamic duo over here. 3 players on A.
There's an interesting play that we're seeing here by Tainted Minds. We're starting to see very methodically taking sandbags and the top of banana there. Will be Inns and Malta, the dynamic duo on this B site. Be holding back the tide of the Tainted Minds players. Just one smoke separating Malta and certain death.
Not certain, but probable.
Yeah, but probable. Probably not certain.
Probable death is not as snappy, I guess. Now, still coming to this B site. They haven't really gone A, and there's Malta, or Inns with a frag with the help of Malta. Has to do more. Ofnu and APOC take down the 2 B side players, and this is a fantastic position for Infrequent. He can lock Banana down, but unfortunately for him, there is no one going that way. All of the Cheifs players are coming in through CT, and Alistair is already up next to construction. That smoke denies 2 of the 3 T players any position. Move. No, there's a hole in the smoke. It's not good enough. They're up over it. This is such good play from TM. They're managing to get these frags, or only 1. But now it's all on Alistair and Tex. And Tex wants to go through this smoke, and he's been taken down. It's all on Alistair. He has to save. He's still going for it, though. He pops a pop flash for himself, and Kyoto's pushing him. This should be a frag for Tainted Minds, and a very important 1-2. There it is. Kyoto swings out, grabs the AWP. It's double up on the T side, and Tainted Minds will grab themselves another round.
And Kyoto with a nice little 3K to finish off that round there.
Is it double up on the T side, or will they keep it? I think it's been thrown. I wouldn't be... No, they are. One's going on APOC, and one's going on Infrequent.
It's going to be interesting.
Let's see where they play with these. Looks like one going to the second mid, and Infrequent's going to go towards mid, post up there, try and pick the CT AWP if they peek, which they haven't yet. Tainted Minds should have a good idea of the setup, though, of the Cheifs. They've only ever encountered Malta and Inns on B. They should have an idea that there's 3 players on A, but because of how little they've gone A, they're not sure of where that setup is entirely.
Yeah.
Just based on what they can find.
The app setup that Cheifs have got right now, obviously we've got Tux playing a little bit more further forward this time, with Alistair holding the balcony. It's worked very well for them in the only the 1 or 2 rounds that Tainted Minds have actually gone B. Tainted Minds definitely favouring this B site.
So far they are. Slowed down the round though. Tainted Minds are not really having too much luck finding the first pick. Most of it's just coming in trades. Even that last round, they still got picked off 1-for-1 by the B side defenders. They just managed to make it work in the hold off. And they're repositioning over towards A now. They're running down the time, but the Cheifs, they've held on to quite a lot of utility. That was just another grenade deployed there. But they've still got a whole bunch of flashbangs, a couple of Molotovs, 2 smokes. They've got enough to be able to slow down this Tainted Minds push. And if they can disrupt it, they'll be able to use the utility. But Tainted Minds are now going to go fast towards A, and it's all coming in Arch side. They actually get around them. There's players there, but they've got past. There was no smoke on Arch, but they've made it through, and Alistair's missing a shot. Has to fall down. Has to fall back. Is Infrequent opening it up. This is what I was talking about. He's found himself 2 frags to start this round off. Kyoto gets 1 from Apps, although left low. And it's all on Malta and Alistair. Alistair's got the Apps line locked down, but Kyoto jumps out the back into pit instead. And this is a difficult retake now for the Cheifs. Much better rounds from Tainted Minds.
It definitely is. We just saw the trade frags coming in, and Kyoto just hitting a lot of shots. A beautiful pickup for the Tainted Minds side. He's going to be holding this angle, but he's not going to be able to find Malta there. Infrequent trading it out. It's Alistair left in a 1v2 situation. He's going to save that AWP, fall back through the T Apps. And, maybe just hold an angle to Apps to anyone from just to deter the Tainted Minds chasing. It looks like they aren't going to. Actually, we are seeing Chutch. He's going for a bit of a run to see if he can find him. Alistair at the very top of these Apps. Don't overcommit yourself too much there, buddy. All good there. So Alistair will save that AWP going into the next round, but as we can see, the rest of his team, their economy not so flash. In's the only one with really any remarkable money. We are seeing the actual going to be the force.
They're buying up behind the AWP. Well, that and the M4. They're counting on Ins and Alistair to get the work done for them this round, and everyone else can pick it up. But that said, it's the Cheifs. I'd be surprised if those pistols do some work too. For Tainted Minds, they need to play this anti-ego cleanly. And it's 3 and Banana. This is the change-up from Cheifs. They haven't done this yet. It's been 2B, 3A every time. And Tainted Minds respecting that. Going to take their time. They've made the right call here. Play it slow. Get a little bit of early map control towards second mid. Maybe jump into apps. Still just going to be waiting around, though, for the Cheifs to get too aggressive. Smoke at bottom Banana, which means Tainted Minds. Chuch now knows he can't really challenge this. Malta's going to tuck himself into the cutout where the tree used to be. An environmental disaster out here. There's a Malta there. APOC getting some spam through into apps. All 5 players, excuse me, getting set to go towards A. Pex throwing a smoke on himself. Got another CZ there to support him, I believe, too. He does got Tux with him. Tainted Mind's still waiting, though.
Yeah, they're just playing that slow game. I assume maybe they were waiting for the Cheifs to have that kind of, forced pistol aggression that they showed on train yesterday against them. It hasn't come out. It's been very measured by Cheifs. Tainted Minds playing this actually quite well. Just playing a slow game, just seeing if they can get the information. Really, Alistair finding a very quick pick on Chuch, and that's the bomb spotted out, so they have to know it's going to be the A hit now. Key Malta back there. He's going to sit CT just in case they do rotate, but it's going to be too close now. A lot of frags being traded out. APOC finding Pex. Left in a 4v2 situation. APOC and Infrequent not able to find any more frags. And Malta doing very well with that UMP and picking up another, yeah boy, just behind us.
God damn it, Malta.
Good stuff.
So they've gone
double AWP set up for them as well now.
I was just about to mention, they've gone for the double AWP on the T side. Alistair and Ins. Which is normally you'd see Tux on the secondary AWP. He was actually their primary AWP for a while before. Obviously, Alistair said, nah, mate, I'm feeling it. Let me do it. So, Ins and Alistair. And that's just because, no, it's not even because Ins has the spawn. Alistair's got the spawn and nails the shot on Chuch. Where is that second AWP? They're both on B. Alistair's found 2 picks, though, so can't complain about that. APOC takes out Tux over on A. Has an AK for himself. The Cheifs going to move back, play this one nice and passively. Ooh, the missed shot, and Infrequent's on point. Grabs himself an AWP. Now he can take his duel with Ins. This is such a problem, but Cheifs hits the leg shot, or the wallbang, chest shot even, whatever it was. Tags Ins down to 17, but Infrequent not aware that Malta is shifted by him. Timing only just off for the AWP from Tainted Minds. And leaves Kyoto and APOC with a lot of work to do.
Indeed, I mean, there's not really too much you can really ask for from these eco players, but Kyoto, if only he knew that Ins was so low, be able to do a little bit more economic damage. APOC just left on his own now, no armor, no chance against Peck's headshot with the M4. So very well played by them, the anti-eco.
Did they grab the second AWP? I feel like it would have been too far away. They did not.
Keep just the one setup. Maybe just don't want to risk Infrequent or don't want to risk the double AWP setup for Tainted Minds. I know how bad their economy must be right now. So this final round.
AWP not going to Alistair. Yeah. Staying on Ins. No, there we go.
No,
I was going to say, what? That's a little bit interesting, but it will go back into the hands of Alistair, as it should be with the Cheifs. And Infrequent is going to be looking for this first pick. If he goes for the wallbang here, he could absolutely destroy Malta. Little does he know, but there's 2 players right there, and instead they're going to be peeking around. Malta obviously feeling confident, playing very, very close to this smoke, but instead throws a flashbang and falls back, leaving Alistair to hold this angle, looking for the first pick. Tainted Minds get ready to move into Banana. They have a lot of players there. That Molotov will not affect them at all, and Chuch is going to be the first one around the corner. Alistair has to fall back and call for Malta's help. And Malta will come running back now, but will it be in time?
Definitely will be now. Malta able to get to this CT cross quite quickly. Tainted Minds haven't even pushed up past sandbags yet. They're only just getting to it now. A minute left on the clock, though. A lot of time to play with, so be interesting to see where they go here. It looks like the smokes are going to be coming out to B, so it is going to be a B hit. But they're holding for just one more second. A team flash comes out, blinding Chuch, but does not matter. No one to contest just yet. No frags have been traded, but it's a push through. Con. Chuch will take out Malta with the help of Ofnu. Just caught out there, and it's going to be an Alistair isolated on this site. But he's going to fight Yoda with a no-scope. Ofnu trading it out again. How did Alistair stay alive for that long? And 3v5 situation. In's not going to find APOC, going to get his head cleanly taken off. Some grenades used, and on the other side, Infrequent taking out Peck. So just Tux left. 1v4 situation. We've seen how good this player is in these sort of situations. All these players are a one-shot headshot with that armor. And there we go, APOC to clean him out to finish off this half. So Tainted Minds claim their 5th, 10-5 the scoreline in total.
It's a good start for the Chiefs. They'll be happy with that as they move into their T side. Still got a lot of work to do, but a reminder that this is Tainted Minds map pick. And they're down by 5 rounds. What is this from Chiefs? I think,
oh my God.
Hold on. Did I make a joke about this the other day and they've decided to do it, or is this entirely unrelated? Because I was actually talking to these guys about it would be amusing if someone bought 5 techs and 5 grenades. I'm sure that's not what it is, but what the hell? Grenades to get themselves up banana and 5 tech 9s getting in close range. This is ridiculous. I've never actually seen it despite talking about it. APOC's going to find himself 1 headshot. You can only imagine the comms there. They're like tech 9, but it's all tech 9s. There's Ins with a kill. Smoke, oh, that's the decoy actually out into CT, and now he's going to be playing close in Ruins. Infrequent looking for the shot, will find it, and 2 Infrequent showing up, but it's still 2 tech 9s against 2 USPs. Now Infrequent's got 1 of his own, but Tux grabs 2, and now it's all on Alistair. That's an awkward engagement right there. Both players switching guns, and Kyoto shows up with the headshot. The 5 tech 9s from the Chiefs, not quite going to get it done. Very happy about that indeed, Tainted Minds, but goodness me, what a round.
What a round. That was insane. But if that worked, that's going to get tried in every single MM match in Australia right now. That is ridiculous.
Calling me out there, mate. Fair enough. Look, no promises. And they're going to do it. Do it again. Going to do it again. All of the tech 9s keep the pressure up, keep the money low, but it's 3 UMPs, 2 for Masters, for the CTs. And let's just see how, as he shoots to play it, I suspect it's just going to be a fast B once again. Up they go. Straight up banana. Not fast though. Oh, that grenade.
That grenade's going to do damage. Oh,
wow.
Oh, wow, okay.
The second one did. I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Because the grenade was, the damage was slightly delayed. Tuck's going to get a flash out to support his boys. It's going to pop, and they are going to go pouring in. There's 2 rifles here waiting for them. They're actually all trying to go through con when they're not covered off, but they get the 2 kills anyway, despite taking a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, look at the low health. But it's 3 UMPs against them. Bomb goes down, and they've got the utility to get some re-smokes out. A Molotov to deny Infrequent. He's going to fang a grenade through that might actually contact Malta, but it won't. Kyoto is fully blind. So much utility. There's actually 2 players there that Pex has to fight. Infrequent picks up Malta in the meantime. And Tex needs these engagements. Tux is going to help him out with 1. But there's the next player into Banana. Kyoto's not going to check this corner. He has absolutely no idea. That's the flick, and it's all on Alistair. He gets 1, and Kyoto coming through clutch again with another Tech 9 headshot. This time he's got a kit. This defuse will be easy. But Kyoto, what a ridiculous show with the Tech 9s in the last 2 rounds. He's single-handedly won those both for Tainted.
He definitely has. I don't know if you saw it, but in the bottom left corner of your screens, you can see a frustrated Chiefs players. See it, the emotion in these games is running high. There's a lot of money on the line. Chiefs, the pressure is definitely on them. They want this. They want to claim that title of the 2 in a row split. So I think they're probably putting a little bit more pressure on themselves than they really need to. But in Tainted Minds, doing absolute work right now on the CT side. Obviously, only a couple of pistol rounds again, but Chiefs.
They're trying to keep the pressure up on Tainted Minds right now. They're refusing to let up. Just going to keep pressing the boot onto the throat of Tainted Minds and try and get over them. I feel like if they lose this one, they should just take an eco and stop forcing, but they could also just keep doing it, refuse to go up momentum. You just need to know when you should stop, take an eco, get a full bar going, because you don't want to force out and lose everything. That said, though, still got all of these Tech 9s, and they've got great utility usage. They've got straight in there. There's no one actually on it. They're playing retake. The spam through the smoke is perfect from APOC, though. That's the bomb down. Not that the CTs know it. They will be able to grab that. Oop, there it is from Malta. Grab that and put it down on the side. Kyoto's found another one, though. Kyoto, such a high impact fragger so far in this game. He is making all of the difference here. There's a kill for APOC onto Alistair. And Malta gets caught out reloading. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Chutch eventually gets the kill. And Tux 1 versus 4 finds himself 1. He's actually looking for a full ace here. There's another. Has it from us. Tux can do this. Looking for Infrequent. Now he gets in. Can't find the kill. It was close, but no such luck. And an excellent retake from Tainted Minds despite getting locked out.
Yeah, definitely. That looked all Chiefs there, but that spam through the smoke, I believe it was from APOC. Just on the other side of the smoke, that delayed that bomb plant going down, allowed the CTs a little bit more positional timing. So She's having to go on sort of a, I guess, all sorts of eco. 3 Deagles, 2 Tech 9s with armor. Alistair without head armor, then a couple of flashes to back them up. So still the capability to do some work and do some damage, but right now they're probably wanting to just stabilize their economy a little bit. They've let some rounds kind of slip now. Tainted Minds have had 3 consecutive rounds for free pretty much, so.
Frequent challenge close, but he's ready for it. With Tech 9. The trade attempt is coming, but he's got a rifle with him. Okay, Ins and Tux get some frags with the pistols. Kyoto will stabilize things, of course he will, but the bomb is walking B. There is one player scoping in on the cross, and it's infrequent. Actually falls back to watch construction. He's going to let him go by, but he's got a friend to help him out, and there's Chuch getting a kill on Pex. It's all on Ins and Malta. Dynamic duo, these two. We've called them that way too many times. We need to come up with a snappier name. But 2 players who know exactly how to play with each other. Deagles and no armor for the both of them. It'll need to be some very, very snappy shots. They do only have 1 player on the A side to find. But it's Chuch playing in such an annoying position in the bottom of the pit. He could just let them walk on and plant here and then swing out and destroy them both. Of course, he doesn't know that they're here until they make sound or until they speak. And they actually are going to check it, but he's too quick. And now Chuch should be able to clean it up. He will be calling for the rotate, so even if he goes down, his teammates will be there, but it won't matter. Chuch to pick up both on the A site in the end, and 3 in total. Look at the frags coming in on the CT side as well. Kyoto 19 and 15, infrequent on 16. APOC on 13, Chuch and Ofnu starting to get their frag on. It's going to need to be a little bit more. That said, only 1 more round and they'll tie it up with Cheifs.
They will. So good start by the Tainted Minds players. We just see Malta there on 20 frags so far, so he's doing work for his team at the moment. Infrequent playing this forward position. Banana, Tux, cleaning out apartments, just trying to get the wall bang. That spot is a little bit tricky to clear out as a terrorist player, so good use of the wall banks. This apartment's basically become paper mache after this map rework, so
it's very 1.6. It's good.
It is very much so.
Cheifs now repositioning towards A. That is a fantastic pop flash, but a better pick from Kyoto. Gets himself 1, falls away, gets a Molotov out to support himself 2, and he's called for these rotates already. Everyone, with the exception of the B-site anchor in APOC, has come over to this A side to fight the Cheifs, and this is a very confident looking Tainted Minds on their CT side right now. Chuch flicking around, trying to find himself a kill. Malta wants an entry for his own. That's a missed shot from infrequent. He will be smoked out now. Lots of utility coming very close range from the Cheifs. But Chuch in the same spot he was in last round. They will check it. Kyoto spamming away on the site. Infrequent swinging in to look for an orb shot. And how is Kyoto still alive here? Ofnu's saved him with 2. The bomb at least is down, and there's Ins. Spots out both players, gets the frag on 1. There's Pex to clean it up. Very good teamwork from the 2 Cheifs players. Make it a 2 versus 2, and Kyoto's going to get caught with a grenade out. Still somehow stays alive, but should be caught out. And there's Ins and Malta with the cleanup. Amazing. Or Ins and Pex even. 3 for Ins. Fantastic work from the Cheifs in a round that should have been Tainted's.
100%. Especially with Kyoto staying alive on that site for so long, just in that back corner. You were hoping he was probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more frags, but he did well to hang on for as long as he did. Cheifs just overwhelming the pit in that side of the map. Very quickly. Good frag out here. Not going to tag up infrequent too much. Deco players, those grenades can be quite deadly to those guys. We see usually, I think it's a max damage of around 90 HP or something like that, or maybe 85, something around there.
Or 2, giving the pixel in the way.
Yeah, giving a pixel in the way somewhere. Or a stair or something.
A leaf.
Pretty
toe.
much.
Something. 4 CSGs out for the CT side though, playing close angles. Kyoto at a very much one and done spot. But still one here can be lethal, and Kyoto's really been showing up on the CT side for the Cheifs. Infrequent just pre-firing through, trying to find a lucky dink or 2. And now Kyoto's found himself in an even more annoying position to play, and the Cheifs are not checking it. Still does. No, he can't find the frag. Chuch does get 1 instead. Peck spraying through the smoke, won't manage to land the kill. Chuch has found himself an AK-47 and Tux is low. Chuch tucks all these rhymes. As APOC swinging out, can't quite kill Malta. And Malta is looking in for the right way. Malta finds 3 in the last section there and 4 in the round. What a cleanup from him. Excellent round indeed. Makes him 25 to 15. Top fragging for the Cheifs. Boosted up by all of his B site holds on the CT side, and now he's transitioning over to the T side, making it even better. If the Cheifs can take out this map, they will put themselves onto grand final point with that 1-0 advantage from the winners bracket. And it'll be on Train on their home, or not their home map, but one of their best maps. In Freakin going for a very aggressive pick, and he can't quite find the shot, and he's going to get overrun. Now it's all on APOC. He has to smoke out to block himself. The Cheifs, they're looking like they just want to go straight through all of this. Lots of spam that somehow hasn't hit APOC at all. But he's got to be worried. He's got to be nervous, and Alistair really finding the shot anyway through some sort of sixth sense. Malta's actually going to be falling back from here as well. My goodness, how is APOC still alive? He's not. Malta will close it out. There's another player on the site. It's Ofnu. Just gave himself away with that Molotov. And the Tainted Minds players on A still can't rotate. They haven't seen the bomb. They've only seen a couple fraggers.
They don't want to overcommit themselves to one bomb site here. Obviously, that double stack on the A bomb site. We do have Chutch, who's near the corner near Arch. So he'll be the direct rotate if Ofnu calls it. But good discipline here by the Tainted Minds players to actually be holding these positions and not overcommitting themselves. We are seeing the smokes and the Molotovs. As this map is known, Inferno. The firebombs start raging down around B site, and the Cheifs are actually going to peel back away. We've got Inns and Malta looking to keep making noise on B, but the bomb is actually peeled away towards A.
Chutch just called it. He's rotating. Nope, he's been called back again. Thought he was going to rotate away. He nearly made the right choice, but now it's all on Kyoto. A superstar player to be sure, but maybe not as much. Ofnu's going to find both kills though on B, and now he will call it. There is no one else here. They've wiped him out. The rotate's coming. Kyoto's fighting everyone by himself, and he will get one kill and get overwhelmed. Getting himself a 1-for-1 trade, doing what he needs to in that situation. Bomb going down. Kits available for both of the CTs. 2 flashes on Chutch. No utility on the Ts at all. It all needs to be on Angels. And this is very winnable for both teams.
It definitely is. Alistair has been doing some work with this AWP this tournament, so what he can do. Often baiting out the shot. Perfect stuff by him. Oh. Alistair's actually going to swap out for the AK-47 rather. A bit better in these sort of multiple engagement situations. Chutch tapping the bomb. He's got the UMP up.
He's sticking it, but it's planted perfectly for Alistair. And the last player's in pit. Alistair can't quite find it, but there's Tux with the frag. And you can hear him in the background. They're happy about that. He'll save the AWP as well, landing 3 kills in that round. And Cheifs now only 3 rounds away from wrapping this one up on Tainted Minds map pick and putting themselves in a dominating position to close this grand final.
100% Pex, Mac, Daddy, here we go. And ends with the MP7. They've called, obviously, that eco. And I hope Tainted Minds are ready for it. P250s, CZ75s are what awaits the Cheifs players. Some close angles played most likely by the Tainted Minds players. They need to do something here. Break the economy of Cheifs if they can. He's getting body blocked slightly by Malta as well by the grenade. But Malta going to find Ofnu as well through the smoke. APOC falling to Inns.
Ooh, Chutch is in a really nice spot, but he makes some noise a fraction too early, and Tux even with a very nice flick will catch him out. Alistair picks off Kyoto top mid. And it's all left on Infrequent, who will have Inns right on the other side of this wall. He jumps to check, gets distracted, and there's the frag from Inns, and a bit of money as well. 2 kills for him on that MP7. 14-9, Cheifs 1 away from overtime, 2 away from the win. Tainted Minds really need to figure out something here. Cheifs are just getting aggressive, moving around as a unit, and getting these frags through. I mean, that was an eco round. You can't draw too many conclusions, but still, Cheifs are looking strong right now. And the question is if it'll be enough for Tainted Minds, or if they can, or too much for Tainted Minds, or if they'll be able to come back. Malta.
You got a left click there, mate.
Got it. Got it. Switch was not too early. Happens to the best of us when you want to inspect your nice skins. Double flash and banana. This is something different from Tainted, and if this works out for them behind that smoke, we get the frag or 2 for free. But Malta's just pre-firing and actually catches APOC there down to 41 while he's jumping away. Somehow. Still a 5-on-5 though. Inns down on 63, so it's a pretty even exchange of damage for both sides. With about 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. Going to figure something out. Tux is walking into the B apps with Pex. Or the A apps even. There's no apps on B on Inferno, as it turns out.
No BAPs.
No BAPs. Just apps, I guess.
An apps. But anyway, here we are seeing the Cheifs kind of playing a little bit slow, a bit more cautious now. Just under a minute now, 50 seconds on the clock. Decide where to go. It's leaning more towards this A hit. We'll see if they do the infamous sort of peel away, as I've been doing as of late, more towards that B site. But a lot of smokes, a lot of utility being thrown at the moment. Let's see what they do with it. Only 3 players on this bomb site to deter them away. Infrequent going to be catching out. It's here, possibly.
Wide pick from Infrequent.
Tux with a good trade out. Good start for the Chiefs players getting onto this bomb site.
Ooh, Chuch very sharp in the pit here. He's one of those players that can be ridiculously sharp. Molotov from Alistair to force him back. Only 13 seconds left. This bomb needs to go down. There's Tux with an entry, but Chuch still doing work here from pit. He just has to play the time game, and the Chiefs cannot win this round. They are saving. The bomb is nowhere near a bomb site. They should just be holding onto their guns now. Molotov's walking up banana, trying to catch out somebody, and Alistair's just scoped up mid. They want these kills if they can get them, but it's not going to happen. And that's a round that the Tainted Minds sorely needed.
Absolutely. What's keeping them in the game really at this stage. You can see the economy for them is not that fantastic. They've pretty much fully invested into this, but Tainted Minds, they've played so well so far. Kyoto and Chuch doing absolute work. Alistair playing aggressive angles in mid, just trying to see if he can get any peeks. Information if they have an AWP on their side, but no one contesting the mid so far. I don't think they're actually contesting mid at all this match with the AWP at all. No,
so not on T side. Actually, not on either side. They never sent Ali mid. Yeah. He was always B.
But here we go. It's still the spread out play, just the information play for the Chiefs. TM just with actually a very similar setup in a way to what Chiefs had on their CT half, the 3A, 2B.
APOC wants to get aggressive into banana there. You can see him trying, but not going to get anywhere. And Malta's just ready with a flashbang lined up, ready to go for his teammates. He's with ins once again. Everyone else on the Chiefs, so bomb is still down in T-spawn. They're just going to bust out here, see if they can find a frag or two, or draw out some rotates. That is a fantastic flash through the smoke. Kyoto had no idea. And they're going to go straight. They've made some noise. Alistair probably throw a shot or two through to make some go. An shot draws out a bunch of fire from Kyoto. There's 3 players on the A side. And APOC is considering rotating, but instead he's going to go straight back to B. Well read. It's still 2 players versus 5 on this B side though. Or 4 actually, because Pex is rotating or lurking A.
Absolutely, that Molotov is absolutely perfect. 5 seconds left off now.
Fantastic flashbang to support him, and he will get 1 frag, be able to fall back, but here comes the full execute from the Chiefs. The rotates cannot come in fast enough for the TT side, and ends with a double entry frag. That's the sort of firepower we like to see from him. And Infrequent and Chuch in a 2 versus 4. There, make that a 1 versus 4 with Alistair stepping up with the frag. Chuch has been found out. They know exactly where he's playing from. He's banana, that's another kill. Swaps to the AK, he's making this one doable, pushes through the Molotov. Has 2 players left to find. Alistair's scoped on him, and Alistair's going to get found out. Chuch is on this. He's sticking the bomb. He has no kit at all. Nope. Sticks it for a few seconds and Pex. Looks like he's found the timing, but Chuch is going to win it. He'll be jumping on that bomb as well. A 1 versus 4 for Chuch. Was that a water bottle high five? I think it was. Either way, fantastic round from Chuch there. Bringing it back, and the Chiefs will not be happy about that one.
No, definitely not. They let that one slip out of their grasp. Alistair, unfortunately, missing the shot from Coffin. Allowing Chuch to actually get onto that site and get onto the bomb and force the peak from the remaining player. So, well done by Tainted Minds to claim their 11th. There's a little bit of a slog still to get through. Their economy still not fantastic. And they've lost their loss bonus. So, they lose this one and put Chiefs on match point. There's not going to be too much that they can work with. But Tainted Minds looking so good right now.
There indeed. Here comes a fast play in the top mid. Not even utility. They're just going dry, and Malta's going to find himself the first kill. Will be traded by the Molotov. The Molotov. It's a joke that works every time. He still found that first engagement. Chuch is in pit, as he always is, but Kyoto's going to find one with a grenade. Chuch is very, very low. Just still deal with a player on this bomb site, and 2 rotating in from B. It's already player Arch, but ins. He's all the way up and he's dueling with Kyoto. He's taking too long. He's got to worry about every angle at once, and right in that smoke is Chuch. He's going to move in now. The bomb's going down. It will just get on the ground. Oh my goodness, Pex with a save. But it's a 2v2, and there's 4 HP on Alistair. It's going to have to be some heroic warping from him, and no, that's not going to do it. Infrequent will spam him down with a fortunate USP through the smoke. Well, 1 Pex, 1 versus 2.
Oh, Pex. If there are players, there's a player that can do it. Oh, the dink comes out, though.
APOC.
Pex, I don't know if he knows about the second player, and no, he doesn't. APOC nading him down. Tainted Minds finding their 12th round. Chiefs have to start getting a bit of a sweat on the brow now. Tainted Minds looking very good. Chiefs letting a few key engagements slip through their fingers, I think.
Seems that way, as now they will be going on to a deco round, with the exception of, well, Pex and Alistair, who must be different, have Tech 9s. 1 HE, 1 flashbang, Pex with that rare falchion and inspect. It's always nice to see, get a bit of balancing act going on. Speaking of balancing acts, this game. It's close, it's tipping back here each and every way. But at the moment, Tainted Minds have a bit of the advantage. Alistair did find himself a pick with that push top mid, but Tux is going to get warped down by Infrequent. Malta's going for some pre-fires, not getting hit it. Infrequent doesn't miss the kills you feed to him. And now in solo, can't really move until his teammates do something. He's over there alone with the bomb.
Either way, right now, this setup is actually looking really good for Tainted Minds. 2 and 2. You've got unarmored opponent, or sorry, no head armor on these opponents. Ins without armor at all. It still looks good for them, even if we get a three people pushing into these two. It's going to be a meat grinder of automatic weapons and an open on frequent. So In's trying to engage as much as he can on the B site. Not going to be able to find too much. He probably has found out that there's 2 players there. I assume there would be the 2 and 2 setup. Alistair finding himself a gun actually. This makes this engagement a little bit more interesting now. If he can take out Chuch, it'll open up this A site. Good Molotov used to force out hits though.
Alistair is left so solo. He's trying to take this fight on the Chuch. He's been on the pit every single round. He's been such a thorn in the Chiefs' side. He still can't be shut down. It's all on ends. He will get this bomb down at least in the back corner of the bomb site. But it's going to be wrapped on from every direction. The UMP to work with, and that's a frag he can find on Chuch possibly, but he's left his back exposed. There's a player behind him. It's not a great situation for Inns. He'd need to rival Kyoto's level of, Kyoto or Chuch's level of heroics from earlier if he wants to pull this one out. He's going for the deagle, but Infrequent, too sharp, holds the angle and nails the shot. That's a headshot with the AWP as well. Cheeky 450 damage. And that's the 13th round for Tainted Minds. They bring this one ever closer, and Cheifs, they've been on the brink of match point for three or four rounds now.
And do they have?
And they just can't get that last one. This buy, pretty much, this buy is win or overtime. If they lose this round here, they've got to save for overtime, pretty much. Okay, if they don't get to 15, then they'll have to just wait.
Considering the aggression that we've seen early on, economically, from Chiefs, I wouldn't almost be surprised if they actually forced it up in the final round and almost gave the overtime away.
Be a shame. Still not all done yet. Chiefs trying something a little bit different, taking apps control, moving in towards A, but Kyoto is here, and he's been so dangerous for Tainted Minds. He has won these engagements left, right, and center, and now he's shoulder peeking, looking for this first frag versus Tux, who will surely be about to give it to him. There's a smoke and a flashbang. This worked last time, and it's worked again. Kyoto is fully blind. They know Chuch is going to be somewhere near that pit. Molotov about to deny the CT, deny the T's. There's the anti-Chuch Molotov, but the player gets boosted up and he finds one kill, runs out of ammo on that M4A1, and he's fully blind, but is covered by that smoke. No one from the Chiefs has checked him yet, and Kyoto back at the site, still blind, no one's looking at him. Tux is facing the wrong way. Kyoto can mow down two, and he won't actually up there take the one, but it's all on Pex. He finds one, and no more than that. It's 14-14.
This is... You couldn't have picked this at all, considering the way that this game was going. Chiefs
10-5 first half.
Yeah, 10-5 first half, and Chiefs stuck on match point for God knows how many rounds now.
Not even on match point, just on the verge of match point. They haven't
secured it yet. Rather.
And now they need to. This buy, I miscalculated their economy last round, but this buy, if they don't get this, they're playing a forced buy for overtime. And if they can't get that, they'll lose the first match 16-14. They're still going to feel pretty happy going onto their own map pick of Train, but you have to think this Chiefs roster was feeling pretty confident about coming out getting 3-0 today, given how they've been playing. They haven't lost a map all LAN. Continuing that streak would be lovely for them. However, Tainted Minds have really shot up these last few rounds. It's great to see them really fragging well as a unit, and Kyoto has been a stellar new addition for them. He's really stepped it up here.
And I think on that A site, you can't count out Chuch. That pit, and especially the way he plays the balcony and then falls back, he's so smart with the way he plays that.
And it's so annoying for the Chiefs; they just cannot deal with it.
They can't ride him out. No matter how many Molotovs they put towards that sort of engagement part and the whole part of pit, he's still stuck at the back. So very well played by him, and very well played by Tainted Minds in general.
Indeed. It's really the summary of the last 5 rounds. Just very well played by Tainted Minds.
Yeah.
They finally brought themselves back into it. That's what they'll need to keep doing. 3 players are on this B side though, and Ins. If there's no supporting flashbang or smoke for him, he's going to pick straight into an AWP here, and instead it's Infrequent. He's going to check Malta, who had already crossed. Gets utility out for himself. The bomb is here too. There's one player on A, it's Tux. Might be calling for his boys to come join him. But still, the two-player presence on A is not shifted. I think he just spotted Chuch's shoulder there, and he shouldn't have. Chuch has been in pit on every time as well. That's a really good attempt from Tux, but no frags. Heavy damage on both these A-side players, but he just can't find these kills. Chuch is now playing an off-lane in the back corner. There's a trade on the Kyoto at least, but Chuch finds one more. 3 versus 2. Bomb going down. Pex looking to get aggro. This could catch them out if they're not ready, and it will grab Infrequent, and one more for Pex. He makes his one doable. It's all on APOC, who does find one kill. 1 versus 1. APOC versus Pex. And Pex doesn't know where he's coming from. Does the damage. Looking for the frag, and it's all APOC. Comes through and saves it for Tainted Minds. Brings them to 15, and Cheifs, they've got to play for overtime in a map where they were 10-5 up. It goes to 14-15 against them.
They looked perfect to finish off that round, didn't they? I think you saw it on my face as he looked across. That was just...
I thought Pex had that, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he did the damage and he just couldn't follow it up.
Is a thing. Therefore, I'm going to stop offering economic opinions. That's why I'm a uni student and poor. 1 round needed for Cheifs to take it to overtime. Our first overtime of the LAN, and the first map in the grand final. I think a very appropriate time for it to come in as well. But Tainted Minds, they don't want any of that business. They want to shut this down, grab their map in the 30th round by the skin of their teeth, and go onto the Cheifs pick on train.
Definitely. Cheifs just losing those kind of key engagements that win them rounds, that will have lost them rounds, sorry. Tainted Minds. Pex down to 16 HP, so not a favourable start for them. Cheifs are already on the back foot into this round.
Ooh.
Almost a good shot by Infrequent, and he's going to follow it up. Double peeking. I think Tux expected that, but now Malta in a very good position. He didn't expect it. Infrequent getting caught out by Malta there. And he's in such a powerful position. He's just essentially cut off this map. Split it in half.
He has.
Kyoto and Chuch, 2 linchpins.
And they've been such important players on this A side as well. They've been up for the duel every single time, and they're still winning them as Chuch does so again. They cannot deal with this crossfire of Chuch and Kyoto, and it's going to work. You have to feel like Chuch is finding more. At least there's one, but here's Kyoto looking to clean it up. It's all on Alistair. 1 versus 3. Has to deal with Kyoto on the side. He will grab that at least. Bomb in his control. Has 20 seconds, and unbeknownst to him, enough time to plant. CT's not going to be close to him. He's going to fake it once. But we'll now just go to put it down, I'm sure. Here we go on the back of the site.
Right
it's in the middle, actually.
He's
got to deal with Offnu. Knows where Offnu's coming from. Looking for this shot. Offnu baits him out. Alistair almost goes for a smoke with the player behind him, and Offnu's going to win it. 16-14 for Tainted Minds. They come back from a 10-5 down. And oh my goodness, what a round. What a game from Tainted Minds. They looked so much better. The last 5 rounds, they pulled it out. It was 14-10 to 16-14, I believe.
Something like that.
14-16, I should say.
That was ridiculous. I don't think you could really predict that. No.